Hi, welcome back to My High Plains Life. I'm Danny, your host, and I can be found as Danny Girl Co. on Ravelry and Instagram. So let's start with On the Needles. I have an FO, another one. Yay, hats are fast. I just like whipping through these things. I finished my Lena hat, and it's made out of koigu, unnamed colorway, in varied greens. And this, I don't know if you can see the cabling in it. So it's got twisted rib throughout, and then with a little figure 8 cabling. And it fits perfect, and it matches my winter jacket. So, yay! I might just wear this through the thing. It's kind of chilly in here. It's January 1st. Happy New Year, everybody. Another year passed. Time is flying. I'm going to talk about some of my New Year's activities at the end in Off Topic, so I will continue with On the Needles, but it is chilly in here, and I'm recording later than I normally do, so if the lighting's a little off, that's probably why I'm not getting the natural daylight in. I'm recording at about 5. I was watching the Rose Bowl, but once Stanford hit 35-0 against Iowa, I decided this game's a blowout. I don't want... Let's make a podcast. So I did. I am. Okay, so this is my finished object, and I have 2 main whips I've been working on. These are just plain vanilla socks. And you can see I haven't worked on them in a while. Where the progress keeper is where I was last time I talked about them. And I've done about an inch since then. And it's all been about in this last week. I thought I was ready for the hill, but I'm doing the spacious OMG hill. And I have about another ½ inch to go. So I've been working on that. I took it to the movies with me when I went to see Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I won't spoil it for you, but don't have such high expectations. That's all. And in my mustache bag from the Beatty Sisters, I have my Yowza Wade Shawl number 4 by Susan B. Anderson. I've been working on this, and from where that progress keeper is, that is how much I have gotten done since the last podcast. And this color isn't showing up true. This is Night Lights in Miss Babs' Night Lights. But I'm loving the shawl so far. Can't wait till it's done and I can just wrap it around my neck, throw it around, keep myself warm. I am nowhere near halfway even yet. Sorry, as I drop it on the floor. But it's nice garter stitch. I actually get bored doing the garter stitch. I sit down and think, oh, I just want some nice garter stitch to work on, and wouldn't it be lovely to just knit along? And then I start working on it, and I'm like, couple rows in, I start getting antsy. Like, where's the cables? Where's the slip stitches? Where's something more than a knit front back? So I'm like, that's been my evening knitting. I've been switching back and forth between that and the hat, but now the hat's done. No, I don't have to cast anything else, but I want to. I have tons of stuff. I'm stocking another hat due to Tin Can Knits having the 12 days of Christmas and offering free patterns for 12 days in a row. I have some lovely new hat patterns in my queue. Thanks, Tin Can Knits. I cannot decide between doing the Leatris, I think that's how it's spelled, or the Sitka Spruce hat. And I think I'm leaning towards the Sitka Spruce, but I'm not quite sure. And I even have the yarn for that I received as part of my Christmas acquisitions. This is Lhasa Wilderness by Bijou Spun. It's 75% yak down and 25% bamboo. By Bijou Basin Ranch, which is local to Colorado. This light. So sorry, but I wanted to podcast. It's a beautiful blue. It's actually darker than what it's showing up. It's kind of like a navy. Oh my God. I've never knit with yak before. Wow. So soft. And I think this is going to be so warm. And it's a nice round yarn. So I think the stitch definition will show up fine. I think it'll be good for that hat pattern. So we'll give it a shot. So this is one of my acquisitions from Christmas. Can I mention my mother-in-law gets me? She gets me. Okay, and so I have more. I have a skein of Madeline Tosh sock, and this pretty much is the colors. It's blue, purple, red, brown, crazy colors. And I'm going to make a pair of socks for my mother-in-law out of this. She picked out the colorway so that I know she'll wear them. And then she got me two, not one, but two skeins of Madeline Tosh Pashmina. Pashmina! And this is in the worn denim colorway. Bad color. But it kind of has greens and blues and that worn out shade. And while it's slightly variegated, it's still a solid enough tonal that I think this would work for my Celtic Myths shawl, because we do plan on doing a knit along with my knitting group. So I am now ready to cast on. I have other stuff I need to get finished first, so please wait. But in case we do, I'm ready with my pashmina. Yay! So that was my Christmas presents. And loving them, loving them. Yes, I sing to myself. Don't tell me you don't do it too. You do it too. I know you do. When you're at home alone in the house, you sing to yourself. It's not just me and Amy Beth, the fat squirrel. You sing to yourself too. I know you do. Ha! I have been spinning my Moscow Mule colorway of my superwash Targhee from Into the World. I'm not going to take it off my spinning wheel, but I will post a photo on Instagram. So hopefully you're following me on Instagram and you can see what I've been spinning. Moving on, under the needles. I have begun quilting a quilt for my cousin's wedding. Her name's Nicole and her fiance is Dylan, and they live back home where I used to live in Wyoming. And so I know they'll appreciate a warm quilt, and they love fishing. So they love black, green, turquoise, hot pink, colors that are hard to fit together in one quilt. But they also love fishing and animals. So I went with the fishing theme. Do you get where I was going there? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 12 by 12, 9 by 9, and 6 by 6 inch blocks. And I created the layout. I didn't make the patterns. Like, each of the blocks that I'm making are a pattern that I found online or out of my quilting books. But the layout itself of the blocks organization, and the spacer blocks that I'll need to fit in there, I created. So this is my layout of the quilt that I designed. And yes, it's on engineering paper because yes, I am a giant nerd. So that is what the finished layout is going to look like. I feel really happy about it. I got everything to fit for a queen size quilt. So what I have is a variety of 6, 9, and 12 inch blocks. I'm doing about one block a day is my goal, and hopefully then I'll have enough blocks done before time gets away from me too fast. They're getting married this summer, so I have a few months, but we know how I procrastinate. So here are some of my 6 inch blocks. And I don't know if you can see the little tide flies in the fabric. Very cute. My theme is stars. I tried to stick with like stars or something like that. This is my focus fabric because it has turquoise and green in it and kind of a hot pinky red. But I'm using orange as my accent color because that's what occurs more frequently. So in some of these other blocks, bam, you're going to see the orange. Some of my 9 by 9. Yes, I'm going to show them all to you because hopefully I will have a bunch every time we meet. And some of my 12 by 12 inch blocks. And I'm having a lot of fun doing this. I have almost all the 12 inch blocks that I need done. I think I only have one more that I need to make. I only needed 12 by 12 inch blocks. I needed 23 9 by 9 inch blocks. Simple star, but with fishies. And 22 6 by 6 inch blocks. So it's coming along. Every time I finish a block, I mark it off on my checklist, and I'm like, yay, I've got one more down. And then I look and see how many more, excuse me, I have to do, and it kind of freaks me out a little. Like, oh my goodness, I still have a whole bunch more to do. But, so this is my stack of quilt blocks that I have done. Yay! As far as off topic goes, I know I've spoken before about the Junk Yarn podcast with Kemper as something that I was watching. Well, she had a Christmas card swap So I joined that, and I did send out my Christmas card. I made a homemade Christmas card. My other ones are too far away to grab. But I went and got them anyway. So these are not the ones that I sent to my swap partner, but they're also handmade cards. So this one says peace, and then the inside's blank. And then this one has a snowman on it and a little ribbon. And then inside says let it snow. Can you see the color? There, that's the color. With some punched out snowflakes and then some ribbon. So those are cards that I made, and what I sent was similar. And so I made a homemade Christmas card and mailed that out. My swap partner was sick, so I haven't gotten hers yet. It's probably in my mail, ready for me to pick up tomorrow, maybe. So, I had fun making my card, and I hope that my swap partner did too, in spite of being sick. Well, it's the end of another year. I can't believe time has flown so fast. It is 2016 already, and I feel like we just turned the corner on the year 2000. So I can't believe it sometimes. Do you make New Year's resolutions? I don't. If you do, what are yours? Would you like to learn something new in 2016? I would. I would like to learn how to long arm quilt, machine quilt, long arm with the big machines. But yeah, who knows? I have all year to give it a shot, so we'll see. I would also like to leave something behind in 2015, and that is my depression. And I know that's easy to say because depression is something that is probably going to be a continual struggle for me. But I hope that the worst is over. I hope that my meds we found the right combination of meds for me and good therapy, and everything seems to be coming together and working better. So I hope that 2016 is just better and I have more energy in this coming year, and that I leave the deep depression behind in 2015. What about you? What would you like to leave behind in 2015? And with that, I'll leave you with these thoughts for the new year. I can be found as Danny Girl Colorado on Ravelry and Instagram. And show notes for this podcast can be found at www.myhighplainslife.blogspot.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.